Hey, thanks for visiting the JeskyBera Blog. As promised, I'm actually going to make a demo video. I'm going to make something that people have really loved and I really love to make. I'm going to make felted rocks for you. I know, you know I love the felted rocks. This is what they're like. They're literal rocks covered in felt. It's super easy. They make these really adorable. Look, this one has a little heart on it. So cute. So we're gonna make those. First, a note about the production quality on this video. There's probably not any, and that's okay because we have 3 children we managed to get in the backyard to play. I got a baby that I managed to get to sleep, and I put lipstick on. So that's about as fancy as we're gonna get. To felt, let's start at the beginning. Felting is the process of changing raw wool fibers so that they knit themselves together. So felt that you buy, if you buy actual real wool felt, are wool fibers that have been changed in this way. We can do it with needles or with soap and water. We're going to use both of those techniques to do these rocks, which is great because then you'll have 2 little felting skills under your belt. Let's start with the supplies we're going to need. This is called wool roving, and you can see I've just got a big old bag of all kinds of colors. You can buy it, let's see. You can buy it in these little balls, different colored balls. They usually come in a set with some coordinated colors. Wool roving, first thing you'll need. Felting needles. These are special. They are different than a regular needle. It won't work as well if you use a regular needle. I'm not sure that it would work at all, actually. It has little jagged edges on it. It's got this handy dandy rubber tip on it. You can get these at any craft store or just order a couple on Amazon. They're good to have around for any kind of little felting moment you may want to have. They come typically with a little squishy kind of, it's not styrofoam, I'm not sure what that is. This little squishy block that you can use as a background for whatever you're poking and felting on. Felting needles, you're going to need a rock or 2 or 10, any size will do. And you're also going to need a small bowl of water, a kitchen towel, and some kitchen soap. I already have a little bit of soap in my water. We'll get to that in a second. So here's how you felt a rock. You're gonna take your rock like this, and we're going to pick out any kind of piece. The dog just came in. We're gonna pick a piece of roving that we like. And you're going to do this process 2, maybe 3 times. So we start like this. You put your felt roving down, your wool roving down. Put your rock in the middle. You wrap it around like this. Okay? You see that? Easy. Now is when you use the felting needle. Hey, Watson. You're going to take this needle and just going along kind of with the angle of the rock, poke it, poke it, poke it, poke it. You don't have to do any hooking or fancy looping, nothing. You literally just poke at it. And as you poke at it, the little jagged edges of the wool fibers join together and attach the piece of wool so that now it's a little circle. I'm just going, there was a little edge sticking out, I'm just poking it down. So now I've got it one way. Now you're going to take the roving. Ivo, your sister's calling you out there. You need to head outside. Now you're going to take your roving and do the same thing the other direction. So I'm changing the angle, so I'm making like a plus sign with my roving. Wrap it this way. Poke, 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 poke. And you're going to do this process until your entire rock is covered, just attaching it with the needle. If you have an edge that's sticking out like that, you just kind of jam it down. You jam it in with the felting needle. Okay, I have one here that whole process is done. So this is a nice fluffy rock. It hasn't been tightened up yet, but I did this process several times to this one. Hazelbell, I'm making a demo video about how to felt rocks. You'll have to wait. You want to come help me? You can come help me or you can be quiet. I'm going to show you how to make little veins and patterns on the outside of the rocks. You can see I did it with, here, some of these guys. Makes it look more realistic. you know, because fuzzy rocks look realistic. You take a piece of color that you like, contrasting color, but you know, you do whatever you want. And you just kind of twist it between your fingers like this. I'm not coming downstairs. You're gonna have to come up here and, well, you'll have to star in a video or wait. So here, I've twisted it in. I'm gonna use my felting needle to attach the end of it. I'm going to tuck that end, using my needle, into the roving that's already wrapped around the rock. Now I'm just gonna wrap it around, kind of make it look, kind of twisting more as I go, as I need to. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. You can sort of let it fall as it may. Now you can see I'm tucking in the other end. And now I'm just gonna go along so that the vein will stay in the pattern I want. And just tack it down every here and there with my needle. Hey Hazel, look.
Can I have some Valentine candy?
We're not gonna have Valentine candy right now, but look, Daddy's making a video. I'm showing people how to do felted rocks. So now I've got a vein attached on there. Now we're going to do our next part of the process. You wanna help us with this part, Hazel? You know how to do this.
Yeah, but
Felting rocks actually is a great project to do with kids. We do it a lot. We like to sit around, listen to a little story or podcast and felt rocks together. That sounds so fake, but it really is true.
I need a needle.
Here, Hazel's gonna work on doing some needle felting on her rock here while we chat. Here, Belle, here's some more glue. So, I take my rock that's all fluffy, and I'm just gonna dip my hands in my wet soapy water. And how soapy, you know, it really doesn't matter is what I have found. I'm going to just get it patted down with water a little bit. You don't want it sopping wet, just damp. Now I like to put sort of a dime-sized amount of the soap in the middle of the palm of my hand. Get my two hands all soaped up, and then I just sort of gently pat the soap down onto the rock.
Ugh. And now I'm having
You having trouble?
a
Now as I go, that sounds right. As I go, I'm gonna get it a little wetter and a little wetter and a little wetter. And you're just going to pat it like this for about 5 minutes, which I'm not gonna do this whole time. I'm not gonna make you watch me do that. But after a while, it will get like these rocks I have done in here, where they're fluffy and tighter. So see how that's all soggy and loose? That's how you know it is not done. When it gets like this, here, it'll be easier to see if it's wet. And you can see that the felt doesn't, the roving doesn't squish around as much anymore. That's how you know. You will feel that it's tight. So let's put that there. So let's say you finished up, it's getting nice and tight. And by the end, you can see I'm really squeezing that rock tight. I'm gonna shake it off in the water a little bit. Lay it here. I'm gonna rinse my hands of their soap a little bit. Sometimes I just go over to the faucet to do this. You can squeeze the excess water out of the guy.
Can you help me?
I can in a minute.
I need to help.
I'm gonna pat it nice and dry, squeeze the water out with my towel, and they dry super fast. So there it is. Now you can see he's looking a little shaggy. So you're gonna need scissors. We moved our stuff around to make our house pretty for our project. Here they are. And with scissors, you can just give him a little shave and a haircut where you go over him like this. So you're being careful to cut the little shaggy fluffy bits, but not actually cutting into the roving that has tightened around the rock. H-Bell, are you looking for more colors? I could give you a little shave and haircut.
What?
Just kidding, that was last night. Next time on the JeskyBera Blog, how to do haircuts while watching the worst kids movies imaginable.
I have no idea what you just
We watched the live action, quote unquote, Inspector Gadget 2 last night. Just save yourself the time. Trust me on this one. Don't go there. All right, there we go. After he's all trimmed up, he's done. And that's how you felt a rock. You can do this on plastic Easter eggs and make little fuzzy, cute Easter eggs. You can just do needle felting. I got this guy out so I could show you. This is all needle felted. I just literally, you poke and poke and poke at a ball of roving until it looks how you want it. It's super easy to join the colors together. You can do like I showed you where you roll it up tight to make details. And that's some fun with felt with JeskyBera. Thanks for watching. Be sure to share. Somebody else needs to learn how to make a felted fuzzy rock.